You must be able to accept where you're at day to day or risk being uncomfortable, angry, and frustrated. Join me for this yin yoga for acceptance as a reminder for how to let go. Grab 2 blocks and a bolster if you have those handy. We'll begin today in caterpillar. So come to have your legs long in front of you. And go ahead right away and begin to rock back and forth on your sit bones. Really find a comfortable space for you to rest here. And if you know right away that forward folds you find you're more limited in, you can always bring a blanket to sit up on just to help you tilt forward your pelvis a little bit more and assist in the forward fold. Otherwise, I find it's nice to have your feet about hip width distance apart. Allow your legs to soften as they roll out towards the sides. As you inhale, strain through the spine as you reach the crown of the head towards the sky. Shoulders fall away from your ears. Take a deep inhale here. Fill your torso. Open mouth, big sigh out. On your next inhale, reach crown of head a little bit higher. Sit bones are glued towards the mat. As you exhale, begin to walk your hands forward as you fold forward into caterpillar. Now today you can try not using any props. If you choose this option, draw your chin in towards your chest and allow your head to be heavy, pulling you towards the mat like a bowling ball in weight. You can also choose to bring a bolster onto your legs, lean forward onto the bolster, or even use a block to help prop your head up. You have lots of options here. And then you can begin to play, see what pose is working for you today, really accepting what amount of support you need in the props or no props at all. There's no right or wrong here. Allow your arms to be heavy. So heavy that they pull your shoulders to round forward. And send your breath into the area of your spine where you currently feel the most tension, the most hold of your muscles. Allow your mind to begin to let go of the thoughts from the day. Maybe any thoughts telling you that you can't get deeper into this pose or it doesn't feel comfortable. Those thoughts can float away like clouds, or you can package them up into a box, place them on the shelf in your mind, and you can come back to them later. notice the sensation traveling down your spine, especially if not using props. This is normal as your fascia, your deep tissue begins to release. You may be currently feeling the actual sensation of letting go. Find about 5 more full breaths here in this pose. Keep your chin in heavy towards your chest as you begin to lift up and away from your legs. Hands can help support you as you walk your hands up your thighs until you come to stack your shoulders back over your hips. You may even wish to press your palms into the ground beside you or into your thighs to help you find stability here, especially if there's any stiffness that arises. You've already done something really good for yourself. Maybe even hard. Forward folds are not always easy. And you've already began to accept your current limitations, whether they're physical or mental. Remove your props off to the side. And then come to bend into both knees, creating 90-degree angles with both legs so that your right shin is parallel with the top of the mat, left shin parallel with the long edge of your mat. Ankles can be soft. If this feels uncomfortable, you can also try pulling your feet closer towards your legs. This could help as well. Otherwise, 90-90. Having your knees directly out from your hips. Your right knee is forward and your left knee is out towards the side. Then come to bring your hands behind you, lean back into them so you're angled slightly towards the left. Come up high onto your fingertips, really press fingertips into the mat. And imagine there's a string attached to your heart. It pulls your chest more towards the sky so you sit really tall, chin lifts slightly. Maybe you say something here about how proud you are of yourself, no matter what limitations you may currently be facing, what you think may be holding you back. Take a deep inhale here, lift. And as you exhale, come forward, body comes to face over your right shin, and begin to walk your hands forward. This is where it's nice to bring a bolster in. And you can always bring the bolster up onto your leg if that helps. And you can begin to walk yourself forward until you come to lay on your bolster. Option for a block here as well. Or you can always have the bolster come parallel with your leg and rest your elbows here. Whichever option you choose, find the edge of your comfort zone. This edge feels like a 5 out of 10 sensation-wise. You want to feel it, but there should be no pain or pinching. Invite a softness into your shoulders, across your forehead and down over your cheeks. Send your breath down and into your left hip. Send your breath down and into your right hip. And with each exhale, visualize the tightness loosening, like particles breaking apart and floating away. Like you just blew air into a dandelion and the bits are flying all over, scattering. Take about 5 more full breaths here and do a final check-in. See if your body has invited you to maybe fold forward a bit more or to stay exactly where you are. Begin to walk your hands back in under the shoulders if you were folded forward, or lift yourself back up if you were on your elbows. Hands come to land behind you, and then windshield wiper your legs from side to side. You rock back onto your sit bones. Allow your knees to lead the way. Maybe you notice quite a bit of a difference in one knee compared to the other. That's okay, we're going to move to the other side. But also accept that you are human and we are not perfectly even as much as we try. Then come to land facing the back edge of your mat. This time, left shin is parallel with the back edge. Right shin is parallel with the long edge. And you can bring your bolster over towards the other side, or a block, whatever prop you were using. And first, come to bring your hands behind you. Angle yourself a little bit towards the right. Find the length in your spine by first lift the heart up. Even through the back of your neck, really see how you can reach the crown of your head up to create space between each vertebra. Sitting tall and proud. As you inhale, keep this length. Exhale, square your shoulders so you're facing the front over your left shin. You may begin to fold forward, option to use the bolster or a block. You can even use 2 blocks underneath your forearms, or maybe you keep your fingertips grounded. Continue to keep the length in the spine as you sit tall. Folded forward or tall, keep length is the key. Soften your gaze so that it's unfocused. Or close your eyes if that feels comfortable. Either or can help bring more introspection, really make this practice more personal, more focused on you, what you're currently dealing with, what you believe may be limiting beliefs or blocks. Sometimes we must accept the reality of things, such as anatomically we may never be able to get into certain poses, accepting that, or it could be accepting something off of the mat as well. A reality that is truth. But sometimes it just takes a little bit of a mindset shift. But first, we must accept what is before we can move on. Notice if you are holding yourself up at all in your upper body or in your legs. On your next exhale, let the mat support you. Really allow yourself to melt into that support. Take 5 more full breaths. Readjust into the fullest expression of this pose for you today, or accept that you are currently at your limit and stay. Begin to lift yourself up and away, coming to bring shoulders back over hips, hands reach behind you, slowly find the windshield wiper-like motion with the legs. Notice how one hip feels compared to the other. Maybe more tightness or looseness in one or both. And then come to shift yourself. You can bring your bolster back towards the front of your mat and send your legs out behind you. Hands come underneath your shoulders so you can lower yourself all the way down onto the front side of your body. We'll move into Sphinx. If you would like a supported Sphinx or would like to try it, bring the bolster underneath your bust so that your ribs come to rest on it. You can choose to not use a bolster as well. All of us will bring forearms, elbows to the mat. And if you're not using a bolster, you can drag your elbows underneath your shoulders. If this invites too much pinching into your low back, walk your hands and elbows slightly forward. Spread your fingertips wide. Push the palms into the mat to ground here. And maybe you give your hips a little bit of a wiggle, help the low back loosen a bit. Feet are soft, legs about hip to mat width distance apart. And I encourage you to soften your gaze or close your eyes once more as you come to rest here in Sphinx. Slight tuck of the chin towards the chest to lengthen through the back of the neck. And imagine your heart shines forward. Shoulders energetically pull back in space to help the chest open. In order for you to accept what may be going on in your life, it's required to have an open heart, to have compassion for yourself. Without it, you may be stuck in constantly craving safety or stuck deep in your emotions. The ones that you don't necessarily want to be stuck in. So we draw your energy up towards the heart to practice opening it. have the option to stay here in Sphinx, or if you would like to play with intensifying the back bend, walk your hands slightly out towards the top corners of your mat to the sides, not forward. Press firmly into your palms and lift your chest up. You can begin to walk your hands a little bit back towards your body, keeping your hands about mat width distance apart, or stay just where you are. All options and variations. But if you notice that you're clenching into your bum, maybe you need to walk your hands back forward again, or help release the tension there by releasing. Shoulders continue to draw away from the ears. Chest is still open. Heart shines forward for 5 breaths. Begin to lower yourself. If you have a bolster, now is a good time to roll it out from underneath you so that you can come to rest fully on the front side of your body. Stack your palms, elbows point to the edges of your mat, and come to rest your forehead on the back of your hands. Draw your heels towards your bum. And then allow your legs, your shins to windshield wiper from side to side. Release your legs long behind you. You may choose to stay here in crocodile with your forehead on your hands, or if you would like, begin to journey into Savasana, rolling over onto the back side of your body as gracefully or ungracefully as you'd like. And you can use your bolster or blocks underneath your knees here, which I highly recommend after just doing a back bend, as this can help release tension for the low back, for the hips. Wherever you're at, begin to allow yourself to fully melt into the support of the mat. Chest is open, whichever direction you face. And take a deep inhale in, fill your torso. Open mouth, side out. You are here for a reason, learning the lessons that you are learning. You are experiencing what you are experiencing in order to grow, to thrive, to learn who you truly are as a person. Once you come to accept that the world is not against you, once you come to accept all pieces of you, then you will find peace. Gently begin to wiggle your fingertips and your toes. Roll out your ankles and your wrists. And take a big inhale and stretch like you're just waking up for the day. Exhale it out. Draw your knees in towards your chest. If you're on your tummy, roll to your right hand side as we'll all come to meet there now in a fetal position. And take your time as you push yourself up into a comfortable seat. We'll meet with our hands in prayer at our heart center. Bow your head so your third eye meets your fingertips. And thank yourself for showing up on the mat today, for doing this act of self-love for your mind, body, and your soul. Lift your head back up. May you feel kind words. May you speak kind words. May you think kind words. Together, we bow forward and say thank you. Yoga itself is a profound practice in self-acceptance. Congratulate yourself for showing up today and let me know in the comments what you're learning to accept about yourself. Until next time, have an absolutely fabulous day.